In this video, I talk about what the working world and spiritual worlds can take from each other and how to stop judging everyone forever. I think it's certainly more that we need to bring the working world over here. But there's a little bit, there's both sides of it. There are things that I think each side could take from each other, but for the most part, what I'm talking about is there's a big need for people to continue waking up. And it's happening. Boy, I can't tell you how I could not have imagined a year ago that I would be posting a video on YouTube talking about how there's an awakening happening on the planet. I'm part of it, and I'm here to help bring it to fruition. I can't express the degree to which I would have thought that was crazy. Oh, great, I'm gonna go off the deep end, I guess. I'm gonna be talking nonsense and crazy stuff. And yet, here I am telling you, there is an awakening happening on the planet. I am part of it. If this sounds woo-woo, don't get hung up on that right now. Because if you pay attention to my videos, like look at what I'm posting about. I mean, I am hardcore into... Y'all, I used to be a CPA. I have since let my CPA license expire. But I spent the first 5 years of my career working at a giant accounting firm doing tax law. Everything I did and said was judged by the US government and had to be perfect and ticked and tied and facts only in the law. But here I am now. Like the most researched, science-backed things, like very hard, but I'll also say, I think there's much more of a there on the, what I used to think was all woo-woo stuff, or like deeply spiritual things out there. So just to tell you where I'm at right now, I have strong beliefs, loosely held, whatever that great saying is. Reiki, I am like, more like, yeah, I'm thinking more there's a there for whatever that's worth. But it's worth something. I'm not some guy in a diner, as Werner Erhard would say. Again, another reference. Do you know who Werner Erhard is? Have you listened to his YouTube talk called The Heart of the Matter? It's almost 4 hours long. I've listened to it 3 times and taken notes on it every time. I got back from dinner at my sister's apartment earlier tonight, and I was literally sitting on my couch thinking about this. I need, for the sake of you, for the sake of my audience, if I'm going to serve you, like I say, I'm committed to serving you. If I'm committed to serving you, I need to create myself powerfully. You have to understand where I'm coming from, who I am. And you have to also understand, okay, you don't have to do anything, but what I mean is I will take responsibility for the listening that I am speaking into, and I will do my best to be understood and give you all the background, but I understand if maybe you feel resistance to what I'm saying, or you just think I'm full of myself and I'm bragging, you can't see past that, then you're right. And I would never dream of convincing you otherwise. I will tell you, I used to feel that way about a lot of people. Every time I got on YouTube or Instagram, I saw someone talking about stuff, or someone, I'll give examples of people like the first time I saw Aaron Doughty, or like Lewis Howes, Lewis Howes is like, he seems to be one of the purest souls on the planet, and he is beloved. He's got like millions of followers. And I used to judge that guy and think like, I don't know, who does he think he is? And he thinks he's too cool, or I think, well, whatever, and he's cheesy. Like, I'm telling you, I thought all that stuff. The more I worked on myself, the more I dug and took off the layers of conditioning, limiting beliefs, fear, anxiety, worrying about being a show-off. I mean, really, that's what I think a lot of this stemmed from. I was scared. I'm scared to look like I'm showing off. Here I am, recording a video, putting it on YouTube, and I gotta make the thumbnails like, you've seen the thumbnails, you know what they look like. I say my message is too important not to kind of play the game on some of this stuff. And I want to be honest with you about that. Understand when you get into these videos and like I'm talking right now, like this is me. I am, and I think you get that. I don't need to talk about or tell you that I am being authentic. That will take care of itself. And in fact, the fact that I would say anything about it would be evidence against my authenticity. So that's the last thing I'll say about that. I think that's either coming through and you get it or you don't. But again, if you think that, I always used to judge people for that. So this is I've kind of rambled on onto a lot of things here, but I wanted to get a lot of this off my chest, and I wanted to try this type of video and see, how it does. I'm very open to feedback, trying new things, all that kind of stuff. I want to get back to my point on how important it is for me to create myself powerfully. I have to do that for you. If I am committed to serving you, you need to know if I can't stand up straight all the way. What I wanted to stress is how important it is for me to create myself powerfully. Because think about it. If I don't do that, if I don't give you my bona fides, you're not gonna listen. You're not gonna get as much out of this. It absolutely matters who is speaking and who the message is coming from. And I know you don't know me. This is the 4th video I've posted. I just made the channel. Who am I? Where do I come from? What's my deal? Well, I'm here to tell you that, and I need to, I think, explain some of that pretty early on, because I will also say that's one of the big things that sort of how, if I would phrase it like this, Aaron won me over / Aaron won me over, yes, / the more work I did on myself, the more like, there's that great analogy of the son saying like, oh yeah, my dad, when I was like 10 or I was a teenager, like my dad was the worst, and I was in college, maybe starting a little bit better, and then I really grew up and became an adult, and I found out that he really he really made some like good changes, and I get along better with my dad now. When what's really happening is you were changing the whole time. You were getting more life experience, you were getting more wisdom, and the world looked different, and everyone in it looks different. Change yourself and you change the world. Tune in tomorrow for part 3, where we talk about the nature of consciousness and how our reality isn't really what it seems. Like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you want me to talk about. Love you all. Bye.